Welcome back to Soccer Saturday pre-match. We're approaching the end of the Qatar World Cup with just 2 games left to play. The big one is tomorrow, of course, with Argentina taking on defending champions France in the final. We can head to Doha now to rejoin our senior reporter, Tim Thornton, who's had a very busy day so far. And now, Tim, you're joined by someone who has experienced the greatest show on earth.
Absolutely, and with the former Netherlands midfielder, absolute legend of the game, Clarence Seedorf is with us on Sky Sports News. Clarence, thanks for joining us. First of all, you've had the boots on over the last few days again. How are the legs feeling today?
Which legs? Yeah, we exaggerated a little bit this week. We had a lot of nice 5-to-5s and then full pitch and then smaller pitch again and then intensity increased and no, it was good. It was good to hang out with the old teammates and friends. So it was a good experience. Yeah.
Let's focus on the game then, which takes place tomorrow. The World Cup final. They don't come any bigger. Is the stage set for Messi or Mbappe?
You know, Mbappe has had an incredible start of his career. Been fortunate and good enough to already win one. I was saying that without any other logics of tactics and everything, the gods of football always left something special for the special ones that came around. And I think that Messi, is one of those special ones that should have a World Cup, in his baggage. And so I do hope he will take it. Without taking anything away from France, because I believe they have actually the better team individually. But I've seen something very special with the Argentinian team and Messi, of course. Why I think that Argentina might bring it home.
Where does Messi rate for you? Is he the greatest of all time, the greatest of this generation? Does he need to win the World Cup to cement that?
No, I think that would be just adding to whatever he has already achieved and the impact he's had on the game. I don't really like to go by the best in the history of football, because every generation have produced some incredible talents, but he's one of those for sure, and that's not going to change whether he wins or not wins. The World Cup that comes with so many other elements, and not everything is in his own hand. For sure, this World Cup he has shown to make the difference in the moment it counted, but now it's up to that one match, and I don't believe that one match can take away his impact on the game.
You've won the Champions League with 3 different clubs, played in some of the biggest games in world football. So what makes the difference in these big games? There's a lot of fine margins involved, but let's put you in the dressing room tomorrow. What could be the difference?
Well, the difference, both have the experience, playing finals. And I'm talking not just the team that is here, the player that is here, just the history of the federation. Argentina has done it, France has done it. So in that part, I think they're pretty much equal. There's something in the atmosphere that when you've already been there, it's like how to prepare these matches. So I want to go into some more of a detail. What I've seen is that France has played actually better football than it did in Russia. They performed better, in my opinion. But there were some smaller elements that I did not see that I saw with Argentina, and one of those things is the how they compact, how they united, how they really help each other out in the match, the aggressivity, the composure, knowing when to accelerate, knowing when to just those things. I think that Argentina had a little bit of smartness in that. Even in the last match of France, I saw some moments where they could have easily kept the ball and still forced the ball forward. You were winning 1-0. I mean, let them come. That part might make a difference, and also just the fact that Argentina knows they don't have all the level players like maybe France or like some of the teams that they faced. But the team spirit is on a different level, and then they have Messi. So that is a nice extra. And again, nothing to take away from the French, because they were just taking players out of the box and substituting one and another, and the one came in and was better than the one who played. And so that's going to be very exciting to see how that will develop. But I really think that those details can make a difference.
Antoine Griezmann, has he been a real standout for you in this tournament? Because a lot of people are suggesting that he's in the running for player of the tournament, and everybody was talking about Mbappe and some of the other France players, but he's really emerged, even in the later stages of his career, to be a star in this World Cup.
Well, but he is a star, so I don't know if he can be rated higher than Mbappe, because what he's doing is exceptional. But in the importance of the whole squad and the work he's doing with and without the ball, he's very important for France. But there are also some other players that have shown their importance. Obviously, if we want to pick out, players, you can go and find reasons why one could win. But I believe that the two central midfielders of France have been performing great, and Mbappe has made a difference. And then not to forget Olivier Giroud. I mean, Giroud is now the second World Cup in a row, and he continues to score the important goals as well. So I would definitely say that they all have contributed in a big way, and obviously if we have to pick some names, then he is among those.
This is likely to be the last time we see Luka Modric at a World Cup final. How do you rate him for his longevity over his career, the fact that he still seems to perform at the very, very highest level year after year after year?
Well, I think if you would ask him, that probably it's easier for him today than it was 10 years ago. If you have a proper lifestyle, which he has, if you are always hungry enough to become better every day, which he shows to have, then the experience that you're having each year more in your baggage makes a difference. You read things faster, you read things better, you most likely deal better with the pressure as well that is going on, and he is still performing at a big club where the mentality is to perform and to win every match, and that means that he's just continuing to do what he's done practically in the last 10 years, even more of his career, and pushing it forward. So the longevity is really in those aspects, and I think that he shows that age is really a number if you have just a number, if you have the proper lifestyle, discipline, and also the passion for the game, because I think he loves the game so much. He's playing that with the same passion as he's been doing in the last years.
How do you assess England's World Cup? Was this a missed opportunity, and is Gareth Southgate the man to lead England into the next tournament? Do England need that continuity to be successful?
Yeah, sometimes I think that he needs to continue. Let's start with that. I think that Germany is one of those federations that have shown that, having a long-term let's say, relationship with your coach and building a team with the same coach is very important. I would suggest to maybe have some new elements around him, because that is also important, just to bring maybe some new fresh thoughts in and support him, because I think that the group really likes him. I think there is a nice spirit in the group. It's not a lost opportunity, not yet, I would say. I actually think that in 26 they will all be at a certain maturity to really explore and explode. You played against France. I mean, it was a tough match, tough opponent. But England needs to continue to build and make sure that there's new talent flowing in as well, and make sure that these young lads that are there are nurtured well, taken care of well, and make sure they can continue to grow. So in 26 they can really show the world that they can, reach a final.
The Netherlands pushed Argentina all the way. It was one of the games of the tournament. Are they in a good place to kick on as well, under a new coach now that Louis van Gaal has retired?
The Netherlands definitely tried at the end of the match to take it home, and it was almost possible. But I think that during the match, Argentina was the better team. The Netherlands should, in my opinion, have performed more like we're used to in terms of the philosophy of playing with the ball. Without the ball, of course, everybody tries to make sure that defense is in place and you don't give easy goals away. But I think that Netherlands lacked a little bit with the ball. Had good moments, obviously. It's a group that still has potential for the next tournament to go. Some good young players came in. Gakpo is one of them, and I think that there's definitely potential there.
You mentioned Gakpo there. Is he a star of the present and the future? Could we see him in the Premier League making a big impact in the future?
I don't know, but he's very talented. But we also know that there's so many elements that come with it. I don't know him personally, but what I see from him on the pitch, that he has the personality, to take on some responsibility. But he's very young, and also sometimes it's a moment that things all work out well. So it's really about how can you really build a long-lasting career at the highest level, and that's the biggest challenge, I believe, for this generation as well. So what kind of choices are you going to make? Which club you're going to pick? What is the momentum of the club, and where are you going to fit in the project? And I think for him, like many other youngsters, it's very important to make the right choice at this stage of your life.
He's been linked with some of the biggest clubs in England. Is he at that level?
Well, he has shown that he can perform at highest level. But as I said, it can be a momentum, but for sure he has the talent. Now we need to know, do you have also the substance, from a personal point of view, from a mental point of view. There's so many elements that we know that influence your performance. How do you feel off the pitch? Can you integrate quickly in a new country? Are you ready to make that move? Anything he's doing at the moment, I think, is going right. So being in a hurry to make that step should not be the case, I believe. So maybe one more year in the Netherlands. I don't know. Maybe he's ready to go, and it's the right moment to go. That he's the only the person actually who can really decide that. I just hope that when he makes his choice, he's thinking about the career and that planning. And the first step outside is so important.
And from a player's point of view, you're playing in maybe the biggest game that you'll ever play in your career tomorrow. Will those players sleep tonight? What were you like the night before a huge game?
More or less the same. I would sleep. I think it's very individual. Some don't. Others sleep well. Others have to be, waking up 50 times to go to the toilet. It's very individual, but for sure one thing is that the adrenaline is flowing, and I think that who has also the capacity to balance that really out, have the right tension, not too much. But it's the biggest stage, and I've been in the semi-finals a few times with the Netherlands in big tournaments, and I have to say that we had, because of the environment, you've been a month together. I think that the team is prepared to face, that last step in the right way, because the semi-final is not so much different, in terms of this is the last match to get on that bigger stage, and so the tension for that match is also very high. And I think that the teams have shown to be relatively prepared well from a mental point of view. Probably Morocco was the one that I saw a bit more shaky in the first 20 minutes, first half actually. And second half they loosened up and they start playing better football as well.
Okay, who's going to win the final then? Will it be a fitting end to this tournament if Messi lifts the trophy?
I would be happy for that. Mbappé has time to go and find other moments to grab it, so nothing against the French, but just for his contribution to the sport and to the game, I would definitely applaud him and be happy for Messi to lift the trophy.
Okay, Messi a legend, Mbappé is on his way to becoming one, and we've certainly got one here. Clarence, thanks for joining us on Sky Sports News.
Guys, thank you very much.